Yes, people, welcome back to the voice of football's most famous stand, Kop TV. Once again, we welcome our friends from North London in red come up to L4 at the weekend. Liverpool Arsenal preview. I asked you last night on the video, didn't I? I said, I'm getting AFTV collab tomorrow. I don't know who it's going to be. I can pick whoever I like, really. Right? Not to sound like that, but, you know, a lot of you said Turkish.
Love. Appreciate it.
Love for the love.
Love for the love. That's it.
What
That's
more?
what it's about. Love for the love.
No, listen, they said he's the most reasonable, you know, he's the most logical, and all these words were getting thrown about. And then I've just filmed a combined 11 with him, and all that's gone out the window, it seems.
Yeah. Arsenal 3, Liverpool 0.
Oh, okay, he's starting early. So that's on AFTV, that's coming out very soon. But what a game this is going to be. By the way, once again, shout out to final one standing, William Hill. If you, like me, are still through to round 3, T, right? You see over there, I'm still in. I could win 500 grand. But if you've already gone out in rounds 1 or 2, you can sign up with our QR code on the screen now and jump back in for a chance to win 20k, right? T's and C's, as always, 18 plus, UK and Ireland. Get involved, see if you can beat us. Final one standing is there to have fun. Gamble responsibly, UK and Ireland only, 18 plus as well. T's and C's apply in the link below. So, T, it's another classic. You know, we've just had one on Monday against Newcastle. We've got another one at Anfield Sunday. Liverpool versus Arsenal, one of the most entertaining fixtures every time it comes round in the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, one of the definitely Premier League history, really.
Yeah, history.
We always go at it. But yeah, looking forward to it. Excited.
You should be excited. The last game, 5-0 win. Obviously went to United and won. I mean, what are the kind of, from your opinion, what are like the pros and cons at the minute from what you've seen so far? I know we're only 2 games in and we'll speak about Liverpool, but from Arsenal, what have you liked and what have you not liked?
From Arsenal, listen, we've had 4 halves of football. 3 of them are ones to forget, and 1 of them we pumped leads. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And this is not me looking down on it, because we've got 6 out of 6 points, and however you get it, you know, that's maximum. The transition, you know, it hasn't quite clicked enough. You can see Arteta's trying to do something different, even against United, as poorly as we played. You could see us, you know, trying to move the ball forward quicker as soon as we win the ball back, instead of resetting that we've been used to over the last 2 years. We tried to move the ball more fluidly. It's just in and around the final third, we let ourselves down, whether it's the runs off the ball or whether it's the pass on the ball. It didn't quite click. Leeds played a different way, but we still got the job done. First half, 1 to forget, 2-0 up. Second half, things open up a little bit more, and you know, you get to see Madueke on the right after Saka coming off. He looked like he had something about him. Dalman coming off the bench, he had something about him. So a couple of the attackers, Gyökeres getting 2 goals. So things started clicking in that second half a little, but this is Anfield. This ain't Leeds. This ain't the Emirates either. It's an away trip to the defending champs.
Would you say this is the champions versus the pretenders at the minute?
Yeah, you could say that, because we need that. We want that. You know, that, you know, we want to be lifting what you just lifted in May. We want to be taking that off you.
Come get it.
So you could, yeah. I mean, that's the aim. That's the aim. And I'm quietly confident about it. I mean, now I've said it, it's not too quiet.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, in terms of the league this season, you can never be confident about going to Anfield, but it's the calmer stuff being going to Anfield. That's probably the best thing I can say about it. And that's even with Saka out. And that's testament to the good work done in the transfer window, bulking up the side.
Is that because of the last game?
What, between us or?
No, in terms of you've got this confidence, it's the most calmest you've been coming to Anfield. Is that because of kind of high of beating Leeds 5-0? Obviously, your new striker gets 2 goals. Because the game before that, there was a lot of criticism after the style that Arsenal played in a way. You could argue that Arsenal fans are probably more angry or frustrated, even though they won the game against United. But listen, obviously Arsenal come here with confidence. I understand that. But Liverpool, we will give it to Arsenal. Don't you worry about that. Once this crowd gets up on Sunday 4:30, we'll have had time to go for a little bevy, have a little Sunday roast and all that, and we'll get in there. And honestly, bro, I think the atmosphere, just like it was for the Newcastle-Liverpool game on Monday at St James's, like, this is going to be raucous, ferocious. And there have been kind of periods in games between Arsenal in the last 3 years there, even though we've drawn all of them. But there has been moments, 5, 10-minute, 15-minute periods where the crowd has just totally eaten you up. And I go back to the Xhaka on Trent, like, you know, it can switch just like that. And I think if we can sustain that, keep Arsenal quiet, which is so difficult. I say it so easily and flippantly, because you've got Madueke, you got who will probably play Eze, who's already come and done bits at Anfield before with Palace, just beating us in a Charity Shield as well. Gyökeres up front. You've got Trossard that can come in off the bench. Martinelli. I know they're not in form at the minute, but there's options there. Nwaneri, Dauman, like you said. So Liverpool should be worried. Like, there's a lot to deal with. But looking at the Liverpool side of things, do you think that the three up front in Gakpo, Ekitike and Salah, they've all started quite well. They've all scored at this stage. How are you going to kind of deal with that at Anfield?
Our defence is the stable part of our side in terms of we know what we get now. Do you get it? Like, I think in terms of a unit, we've got the best defensive unit in the Premier League, and that goes for the depth as well. You could play a couple people full back, left or right, be happy with it. Centre backs, we've got our staple pair, Saliba, Gabriel, but we've also got people who, like Kivior, stepped in last season and covered adequately against the Real Madrid, for example. So we are stacked defensively. You lot have scored 7 goals, albeit not playing well in the first 2 games, and that's why it's more defence versus attack. But I think we spent big on attack. Gyökeres will be starting the game. Eze, in my opinion, should be starting the game. Whether he'll start or not is a different story, but that's got to now click for us.
Yeah.
So we've got to give you something to worry about. Arsenal lost a lot of their fear factor last year in terms of the attack.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot more eyes on it now because a lot of people, whether you're in the big 6 and worried about it, or whether you're outside intrigued about it, we've added Gyökeres, we've added Madueke, and we've added Eze into the side, 3 attackers. And then we've added a Zubimendi who, in terms of the midfield profile he likes to play the ball between the lines quickly. So, all things set up for a different Arsenal in attack. We haven't seen that yet. We smashed Leeds, but we haven't actually seen that different Arsenal in attack yet. We've done what we needed to do against Leeds, which is actually refreshing as well, because last season, a lot of those games would finish, tighter margins, still comfortable wins, but we'll take our foot off the gas and not really, bury the team. We buried Leeds. But again, we're going to have chances against Liverpool. You talked about your attack. I'll now look at your defence and say against Bournemouth and against Newcastle, conceded chances. Konate hasn't looked good at all so far in those 2 games. Kirke's still finding his feet. The Frimpong issue, that's not ideal. It's going to be Bradley or Szoboszlai. But Szoboszlai's coming off the back of a solid performance at right back. If we click in attack, I think there's goals in it for us. And I think defensively, we've got enough to cope with Ekitike. We've got enough to cope with a Gakpo. Salah, that's different levels. Salah knows what he's doing. He's experienced. He's seasoned. So as much as I feel like whether you play Lewis Skelly or Calafiori on that side, I think defensively I'm comfortable. Salah's always a problem.
Yeah, always.
But generally, that's why I'm calm about it all, because I think defensively we're well equipped. And it's just about the midfield and attack, because it is the midfield as well that needs to click.
Who wins
with the
that
attack.
midfield? I mean, ours will probably be, if Szoboszlai's at right back, you go with, I would say, Gravenberch, McAllister, even though he's not match fit, but for this game, I think he has to start. And then you go for potentially a Wirtz. You've got Harvey, Curtis, who have played them big games before. Endo, if you need a 6 to push Gravenberch out. So I'm going to go into the lineup prediction now. It'll be Alisson, in my opinion, obviously. Right back, I think he does start Conor Bradley for this game at right back with Virgil, Konate. Question marks about Robertson, right? Would you start him ahead of Kirkes in this game? Just for, again, that experienced head. Won't have Saka to deal with, probably, definitely be easier than the last time he got twist up by Saka at the Emirates. In the middle, Gravenberch, McAllister. I mean, Szoboszlai would be good for the press, but I think he still goes with Wirtz. And then Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah. What do you think Arsenal line up with?
Bro, it's hard to say with us, man. It's hard to say. Do you put Timber on Salah because Timber's our best one-on-one defender? Or do you keep it stable and keep Timber right back? I'd probably say Timber right back, and I think Calafiori's been one of our best players in the first 2 games, so he's got to keep his spot at left back. Whether that's enough to handle Salah, that's why it could be a Lewis Skelly, who's probably a better defender one-on-one. It's hard to say. Saliba, Gabriel, easy. Raya, easy. Zubimendi, Rice, easy. Is Odegaard fit enough? If he's not 100%, then I'm looking at Nwaneri. Saka's definitely out, so Madueke on the right for me. I'll be putting Eze on the left, and I'll be putting Gyökeres up top. Havertz is out, so a few positions pick themselves, but a few positions is going to be on the hour we'll find out.
I can't wait to get inside that ground on Sunday. I cannot wait. What is your score prediction at home? I think I said 4-2 on DR earlier.
You went 4-2.
Yeah.
I went 2. I've said 2-2 a couple of times now.
I'm fed up with the 2-2 at home to Arsenal. I know it's been 3 years in a row, hasn't it?
I'll change it to 2-1 Arsenal, just because I'm never usually calm going Anfield, but for once I'm calm. So let me predict.
Fair enough. Okay. I am going with. I finally settle on a 3-2 Liverpool. And listen, I don't really want to still be conceding 2 goals, especially if we were the ones that have gone 2 ahead. But I just think it's going to take us once we get the Frimpong back and the Kirkes up to speed, Konate a bit better, 10-15 games in. Yeah. You'll see us getting a lot of clean sheets, I think. But right now it's still a bit early and I would say reckless sometimes, the defending. I mean, Nick Pope smacks it up into the clouds, Burn heads it on and Newcastle score. So can't be doing that. Do not ever do that.
Against us, we can capitalise.
Against Arsenal, yeah. And obviously Gyökeres up against this fella, Mr. Virgil van Dijk. I think Virgil comes out on top there, I'll be honest, in terms of physicality. Who wants it a little bit more? I think it's his manner, Anfield.
It's a big one for Gyökeres, I think, coming up against the best defender in the league for sure. He's got to be craving it, in my opinion. That's got to be the way he's thinking. Licking his lips, thinking about the challenge of it
against the best.
Yeah, this is where I need to, this is where I need to prove myself. This is what I wanted. So I wanna see him on it, because Virgil's that type that anytime he sees a weakness in a player, even if that player's young and that's the weakness, he will take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So Gyökeres, the first battle they have, it's got to be a proper one.
Right, I'm going for a Liverpool win. He's going for an Arsenal away win. Their first at Anfield since the 2011-12 season. I'm hoping for a big start. I think no matter what happens, Arsenal will always be in the game because of the depth they've got on the bench and how interchangeable that midfield and the defence is, and now the strikers are as well. So even if you think, we're ahead of Arsenal here, we can almost take the foot off the gas. They could make 4 changes that totally change the outcome of the game. So got to be wary of them. But I hope and I pray that the Anfield factor, I know Arsenal's a big club, they're experienced in coming to Anfield, but because of the fact that they've not won there for a long time, I would love to say that the Anfield factor kind of does it for us, as it normally does, like it did against Bournemouth. So who's going to score the goals for Arsenal?
Gyökeres. I hope for a brace, but we'll take one. And then Eze.
On his debut at Anfield.
Why not, man? Stuff of dreams.
My 3, Hugo's on fire. Hugo Ekitike. So he's scoring. Salah gets a goal against Arsenal quite a lot. And, very much a lot, over 10, I think. And then I'll go Hugo on the double for that 3-2. Right. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. Don't forget, this is the final one standing this weekend. If you were knocked out in the first 2 rounds, you can jump back in with our QR code on the screen here. Still win 20 grand is up for grabs this weekend if you pick a team to win in the Premier League. I've gone for Forest to beat West Ham. Did pick Manchester United, but threw it out the window once they got smoked by Grimsby last night, which I still can't believe I'm saying. How funny was that, by the way?
Yeah, that's proper, we just said stuff of dreams. That's beautiful stuff.
That is stuff of nightmares for United. Turkish, big up, bro.
Yeah, love, man.
Like I said, we've done a combined
Made
11.
Best team win, man.
FTV.
That's what it's...
Like, I walked into St James's, saw all the Newcastle fans, said best team will win.
And that's that.
And that's how it goes sometimes. Smash that like button, get your comments in. I'm going to be doing another video on Saturday with Cecil as well, from something else that we're filming. So look forward to that. And anything else news-wise that comes up before the game, I'll let you know. But until then, go follow Turkish, the Big Six, the Mob. They're killing it. One of the best channels on YouTube for sure at the minute. And subscribe to the Kop TV. Got loads of mad stuff coming out. So make sure you're around. And I'll see you on Sunday outside Anfield. Come on, Liverpool, up the Reds. Into these pretenders, yeah? Come on.